Hey, Coach Darren Brown with Sound of Hockey. Just your take on the game today, and obviously not the result you're looking for, but did you generate enough offensively today in terms of the chances that you're creating as a team?
I think we generated enough. Did we generate enough quality? Probably not enough quality. We had good quantity, but I thought it was great. That better? There we go. I thought the energy was great off the start for probably the first 2 periods. We really fed off the building. I think we fed off the building in the last 6 minutes there when we were behind, and we didn't quit. We just kept pushing to the end. But I liked a lot of things we did tonight. Much better from Vancouver to tonight. I know the result isn't what we want, but this is, like I said before here, this is going to be a journey for us to get this identity to go. And there's a lot of good parts of that identity. We've been talking about playing faster, and we moved pucks way faster. Our defense didn't overhandle pucks. They got it up to our forwards. So we're just building that repertoire, and there's way less inconsistency tonight than we had against Vancouver. We were more consistent to our identity, and we just got to keep building on that and building that chemistry as we go.
Hello again, Coach Erica Ayala with Black Rosie Media. You talked to us earlier before the game about physicality being one of the hallmarks of this team. When you have a game that perhaps doesn't go the way you might want it to go when it comes to the penalty side of that, is that a learning curve for this team? Are there things that you feel that your team can perhaps adjust? Is it a little bit of both? How do you gauge that moving forward?
Well, I think you're always, every game's different. Every game's going to be rough different. It's not always going to be consistent, but for us, I really liked one of the big things we've been working on is in our defensive zone, shutting it down quick and getting that quick pin, the second person there. Tonight, I thought our defense did an outstanding job of killing their cycles. That was one of the areas that we identified coming into the night, is how well they move around the offensive zone, and I thought we did a really good job of that, especially when we got that first pin. Once we get running, that's always the challenge, and that's an elite team there. But I thought at the end of the night, I didn't think we gave up a whole lot to them tonight of quality. So that really resonates with our game that we played low in the zone, getting them shut down early.
Steve, you had 12 shots in the first 2 periods combined. You had 18 in the third period. What were you doing differently, or what was more successful in the third period that wasn't earlier in the game?
Yeah, I liked our first period. I thought we had a good jump in the first. Second period, the penalties came in kind of back to back, put us on our heels. And then third, you come out behind and you have that little bit different mentality that you got to jump and get things to the net, pucks to the net, bodies to the net. And I thought we did a better job of that in the third. We played with good tempo, but I mentioned it before, I think we tired a little bit our emotion from this crowd, which was amazing. 16,000 fans. It carried us through, I think, some tired, heavy legs in the third there, and had to go back to the top units there twice there, kind of down the last 4 or 5 minutes just with the penalty, and you got to go with your horses. And yeah, I think they got a little bit tired, and we just didn't quite get, those opportunities. We had a great one at the end that I thought was going in and right out the other side. So, and again, you score early, momentum changes, feelings change. We didn't get that score, and it just stayed. I think in a game like this, that favors the other team. In a big moment like this, the longer they can just hang around, be there, it gets tougher for us as it goes. And then we started chasing in the third. And again, I didn't think we gave up much in the third, even though we were chasing. We were still disciplined. And some of the things we like, our defense, we're asking them to play really aggressive. They were really on top of their forwards. That's a fast hockey team that we didn't give up a lot of speed, any chances off the rush. So a lot of good signs tonight.
Coach, you talked about a physical identity being a part of the team identity. There was maybe not a response to the goals, but there definitely, I thought I saw a response, maybe emotionally, physically. Is that a part of what you want this team to be going forward? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, and physicality to me is just making sure that we are going through the body, through the hands. One of the things that can happen is you get a lot of shoulder-on-shoulder contact, so that we call that 50-50. We got a lot of stick battles, that's 50-50. What I ask of the physicality is to take another stride, take 2 strides, get inside that battle so we control the puck. And to me, that's physicality. on our forechecks, along the boards, coming into the D zone. Those are the areas that we need to be physical in and use our size. Megan built a good size hockey club here. Our forwards are big, and the ones that aren't, like Bilka, she's a pit bull out there. She'll throw her body into anything. So, and again, even smaller players like that, they get inside, they control it. Then they're not up against a big person with a stick battle. So yeah, I like that part of our game tonight. We were way more physical and on top of pucks, and ultimately when you have that physicality, that means your feet are moving. If we don't have it, that's telling us our feet aren't moving and we're behind the play.
Coach Charles Hanaker with Circling Seattle Sports. Can I get your thoughts on what you've seen from your goaltender in these first two games? I know the general stats won't favor her, but it feels like she had to absorb a lot in these first two games for you guys, as you mentioned, as a process.
Yeah, I think we can clean up some things. I thought first shot, she was really good on again tonight. I think the cleanup area is just our exchanges with our D, being able to talk and make sure we're communicating and having trust, and that doesn't come overnight. I thought the third goal, we could have done a better job. That was a scramble around there. If she would have held on to that, I think that one she would probably like to have back there at the end of the PK. Again, we had that save there. We're still in it. That third goal, I said to the group, that goal's in, so let's not react, right? We already know the crowd's gonna kind of be down, they're gonna be jumping, so don't react, let's just get ready to go. And I like the way we responded. We didn't sag at all after that goal. We just jumped right back on them and got on the hunt again.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Carpenter. It looked like she maybe took a little hit late in the game. Did come back out on the ice, but is that anything that you think will have to be assessed or evaluated?
Those things you kind of take after the game. I'll find out about that. Then usually it's the next day you really find out. You're not sure exactly what it looks like, but I didn't see it. I don't know if it was a block shot or she fell awkwardly, but tough as nails. She was right back out there trying to win the hockey game for us. So yeah, good on Carps.
After that.
yeah.
Brian Partington, Glasgow, Seattle. I'm curious, going forward, what's your process after a loss like this? Being shut out can be pretty deflating for the team. How do you build back up the confidence and enthusiasm in the team leading up to the next game?
Well, first and foremost, it's Thanksgiving, so I let these players be with friends and family tonight, and we have a day off tomorrow, and we get back at it Sunday. So as coaches, that's not the same schedule. We'll be back at cutting the film tonight and tomorrow and build from there. You watch a game live and you have thoughts, and then you watch it again on tape and you kind of reassess. And there's some things I really liked, and again, we just have to clean up. Part of this journey is seeing the things that we've talked about here to start. We're starting to see that. So it's interesting. You work on those areas. I didn't like our forecheck tonight. I didn't think we were aggressive enough on our forecheck. We're able to work on that. So that's one of the things going forward. And that's just a give and take as you go. You kind of get one thing down and it seems like another thing slips. So we'll work on that forecheck going forward, cut the film, and see what else we need to work on and things we like, and hopefully they stick.
Thanks, Coach.